It's Women in Sports Night here at the Bisons. Let's meet the ladies who make it all possible. No 2 days are the same in marketing and promotions. We handle all of the pre-game promotions, so we'll do giveaways, anything from first pitches to national anthems and anything going on the field. During the game, we pick contestants to participate in the promotions on the field, and we just really help create the fan experience for everyone that comes to the games.
It depends. On non-game days, it's mostly just prepping for the homestands, receiving any new stock in the stores, getting everything ready.
On game days, I can typically get here anywhere from 6 to even 2 hours before a game, stocking, taking inventory, cleaning the stores, and then during a game, it's mostly working with the fans, doing cashier work.
Every day for us is a little bit different, but we usually get here at like 2 or 3 o'clock to film some fun content with the guys, whether it's like a question of the day or a challenge or something pre-game, and then we'll head up to the press box. I'll typically sometimes try and get a little editing done on that video, and then we'll come down for pregame, we'll get anthem, first pitch, all the stuff for socials, and then during the game we'll either clip highlights or film the in-game promotions, and then we post handshakes when we win.
Sometimes it'll be at the beginning, normally working at will call, sometimes working a pregame or postgame event, and then just like fulfilling sponsorships, taking pictures of the video board or changing signs, just whatever needs to get done.
The night before a game, Pat will send us the notes and the box score from last night, and then we'll come in and work on the game notes with a fellow intern of mine and finish those up and distribute that up to the press box, and then as well as print stat packs, work on the lineups for the game, and then distribute those to everyone up in the press and in the office as well, and then set up DAC stats so we can be ready to do stats during the game.
A typical day, we start up in the press box, kind of figure out what we're doing. We have many different stations, I guess you could call it, of Adobe Premiere Pro where we're displaying things on the big screen. We do graphics assistants, we have celebrity lookalike, and then we can shadow anyone on the top floor, whether that's directing, replay, or graphics. And we also have the opportunity to go into the camera bays, shooting games that are broadcasted, as well as doing B-roll.
So we get here around an hour and a half before gates open, and we kind of just work on some design projects, whatever we're doing for the video board, socials that day. And then when around gates open, we start our promotions through the video board and read all, go through our PA reads, and just, we're up in the press box controlling the video board and just working on whatever else we got to get done for the day.
How to work in a fast-paced environment, because there's a lot of things going on at one time, but when we all work together, I learned that we can get a lot of things done.
The community and the people I'm meeting throughout it all, everyone is just so kind and amazing here, and it's just a nice network to build throughout the Bisons.
That operations is a huge part, behind the scenes. I never really thought about it before I started this internship, and that making connections is definitely going to help me in the future.
I think just doing the little things as an intern, it really helps the overall game going on, it helps everything go smoothly, and helps the sales department as a whole.
I would say the best thing we've learned so far, at least on my side of things, is just really building a community with everybody you work with, and getting to know everybody is just honestly just the best thing about it, but also learning things on the fly, learning how to fix things, something happens and it keeps you up. But just really taking advantage of people around you and learning from everybody else.
The fan experience side of things, for me, I've been coming to games here since I was a kid, and whether it was catching a softie ball or watching Celery win a race, now being able to be a part of creating those experiences for people that they'll remember is super special to me.
I also think probably for me especially, but we've all grew up playing sports, and wanting to stay within the sports industry is something I've always wanted to do. So I think a bunch of us also probably relate that way as well.
So the reason I wanted to work in sports is I am a college athlete. I play lacrosse at Lynn University. So just learning about everything that goes behind it, and I think it's important that as women in sports, we also try to integrate ourselves into the sports world and make ourselves more known. So being an athlete myself, I want to put back what I was given and make it more of a woman thing.
I grew up surrounded by sports. My dad was a huge Yankees fan, so he put me in number 2 when I was playing softball to be like Derek Jeter reincarnated. Was never any good. But yeah, I just love, that it's such a positive atmosphere. I see a lot of people studying things that are so serious, and I love that it's just something that brings a lot of people together.
As I was deciding what I wanted to do when I'm older, taking my passion for sport and turning it into a career, and I'm so glad that I've been able to do that so far.
I gotta give it to my dad. He definitely kind of pushed me when I was younger to try out a bunch of things, and hockey was definitely what got me into it.
I went to my first baseball game at 6 months old, and since then I've been going to baseball games every year just growing up, and so baseball is where I want to be.
Yeah, I would say just growing up around it and being like at the field or at the rink all the time, like kind of just being around it all the time has really like grown my love for it. So just being able to work in a field that doesn't feel like work is really fun.
Some of the advice I would give is just jump right in, take every opportunity you're given, try a new thing, go for an internship. It really doesn't matter if you get it or not, it just matters that you get your feet wet in the industry.
I wish I would have told my younger self that never be afraid to take any risks, and you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Say what you're thinking, be loud, you have a voice, and use it. Your presence is loud no matter where you are, no matter how young you are, if you're the only girl in the room, your voice matters and you need to use it.
I would just say to keep going. I think when I was younger, I definitely had some blinders on where I didn't take any judgment from anyone. So I really appreciate that aspect of my younger self.
I think the best advice I ever received that I use is to use your disadvantages to your advantages, and that's honestly something I would tell a little girl or my younger self. I think now more than ever, women in sports is at an all-time high, and once upon a time that was seen as a disadvantage, even for women playing sports, women behind the scenes, but now I think that that's what people want to look for.
Just go for it. Like, you won't miss out on anything by just deciding to do something, and just go for it. And if you're putting yourself out there, like, there's a high reward for it somewhere down the road. So you just have to keep trying, keep going, and it'll kind of all fall into place, I feel, how it's supposed to.